Hi, I'm Balaji Chippada and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In continuation of our algebra series, in this video, we will clearly understand what is an intercept and how intercept will change the equation of your line and your plane, and what is the intuition behind the intercept in n-dimensional planes. So without any delay, let's get started. So let's take an example and understand intercept, intuition and geometric intuition in 2D first, and then we will understand how we can scale it up to n dimensions. So let's say I have an coordinate axis x and y, and this is of origin 0 comma 0, and I have a line which is passing through like this, and this we will give it as y equal to mx plus c as a general equation. This is not the final equation. And given this line, if you see, this is the point where this line meets my y-axis. Clear? So this distance of that point from my origin is called c, and this is also called as y-intercept. And we have also this point in which the line meets the x-axis, and the distance of that point from the origin is called x-intercept. And if you look at this, I have an angle theta, it is with my x-axis. So this is called slope of a line. So there are three components in a given line, y equal to mx plus c, in which c is called y-intercept and this area is called x-intercept, and the angle which it makes with x-axis is called slope of a given line. So in the previous videos, we have also seen, if x and w are column vectors, so what is the equation of line? W transpose x plus b equal to 0. If you remember this, if you haven't remembered, please watch our previous videos, and in which we call b as intercept. In actual, we call it as intercept term. We will understand the difference between intercept and intercept term when we are talking about n dimensions. And w is a normal vector perpendicular to x. Clear? So this is our representation of a plane pi in an n dimensions. If it is 2 dimensions, we can represent in 2 dimensions as well. Here x belongs to rd, it could be any number of dimensions, and y belongs to rd, that means w, and then b belongs to a scalar. So b is a unique value, right? So b is called a scalar and we call it as a intercept sum. So given this equation, in case of 2D, I am saying that this C is my intercept and it is on my y-axis. Clear? And what happens if it is of n dimensions? Whether this intercept belongs to only one axis or intercept belong to multiple axes. So how are we going to visualize or understand what is happening? So that is what the intuition of this video is actually. I want to give you a clarity of what is intercept and what is intercept term, and how you can visualize in n dimensions, and why we are calling in 2D if it is a y-intercept. We will answer all of those questions. So let's say I have a 3D axis. So this is x1, x2 and x3. So I can keep it as x1, x2, x3, or maybe x, y and z. And let's assume I have a plane which is passing through all of these three axes. So I have a plane like this. Okay, so this is a plane and we call it as pi in case of 3 dimensions right now. And what I'm saying, the point in which this plane meets my x-axis is called a, that means this distance is a, and this distance is b, so this distance is b, and this distance is c. So this is a comma 0 comma 0 and 0 comma b comma 0, and this is 0 comma 0 comma c, right? So I have a plane which is going through 3-dimensional axis, and we have the points in which the plane meets all of these axes. So, and this is the origin actually, 0 comma 0 comma 0. If we know this as a standard form, the equation of the plane would be x by a plus y by b plus z by c equal to 1. So if we know the intercepts, so these are called intercepts of x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, because the plane is meeting those axes at that point. So if we have these 3 points, then I can define my equation of a plane as x by a plus y by b plus z by c equal to 1. But what we have learned, we have learned that in case of 3D, it could be w transpose x plus b equal to 0. If it is a 3D, it would be w1 x1 plus w2 x2 plus w3 x3 plus, in case of b, I will treat it as w0 equal to 0. Is that clear? So I just resized everything here so that everything will be on a same page. So what I would do, I would replace this with b and I will try to convert this equation into this format, and I will divide the whole by b. So it would become w1 by b into x1 plus w2 by b into x2 plus w3 by b into x3 plus this will be b by b plus 1 equal to 0. Clear? And now I will multiply both sides with minus 1. So what will become? Minus w1 by b into x1 plus minus w2 by b into x2 plus minus w3 by b into x3 equal to 1. So this is my modified equation of the same one if it is in case of 3D. So if I have to approximate this with this one, so my equation would look like this: x1 by, I will say, minus b by w1 plus x2 by minus b by w2 plus x3 by minus b by w3 equal to 1. So if I have to generalize the equation with having a b c, so this will become a, this will become b and this will become c. So if you look at this equation clearly, my x intercept is minus b by w1. So let me write that. So my x intercept is intercept equal to minus b by w1 and y intercept equal to minus b by w2 and z intercept equal to minus b by w3 in case of 3 dimensions. If you look at it properly, in all of these my b is common. So if my b changes, let's say b changes, then all of intercepts changes. So that is why b is called a intercept term, and when you divide minus b by w1 or minus b by w2 minus b by w3, you will get the actual intercepts in case of n dimensions. Now let's take this example again. So we have a 2D. So let me draw the plane. So I have a 2D and I say this is my line and this will be y equal to mx plus c, and let's assume my c distance is 2. So this equation would be y equal to mx plus 2, right? So this, why are we calling it as y intercept in case of 2D? Because we don't have any other factors actually. And then let's say if I change this c value to 1, so then my equation would become something like this. So this c value will become 1. So by changing the intercept values, you can change the position of a given line. So likewise, in case of 3D, so if I do like this one and this one, and I have a plane like this, and we call it as a, b and c, and what is the value of a equal to minus b by w1, b equal to minus b by w2, c equal to minus b by w3, right? And let's say my b is equal to 2, and if my b is equal to 2, I get all of these points. If I change b equal to 4, maybe I will get plane like this, because my b value is changing, right? This one. So by changing the value of intercept, either your plane or your line will change its position. So that is the intuition behind the intercept. And in the given equation w transpose x plus b, we call the b as an intercept term. And how do you calculate this intercepts in case of nd? It will be minus b by wi. So let's say, as a conclusion, given a plane and we have the equation as w transpose x plus b equal to 0, and this is your intercept term. It is not the actual intercept, and this is your vector perpendicular to x. And what is the actual intercepts in case of n dimensions? We have x1, x2, x3 up until xn. These are column vectors, and for w we have w1, w2 up until wn. So what is your actual x1 intercept? This would be equal to minus b by w1. x2 intercept equal to minus b by w2. xn intercept equal to minus b by wn. So to generalize xi intercept, it would be minus b by wi. And by changing the value of b, you can shift or change the position of a given plane in any dimensions, even it is 2D, 3D or n dimensions. So this is the intuition behind why intercept we need, and then how it can change the position, and how you can generalize and calculate the actual intercepts in case of n dimensions. That's all for this video, guys. I know this is a lot to understand if you are not coming from a math background, but I hope I made this video visually pleasing and easy to understand. And I hope this is the last video that we'll be making in linear algebra series. I will not bump you with a lot of mathematics, but we will come back to mathematics while we are learning for data science again in the later videos. And if you learned something new from this video, a sub to the channel would be amazing, and click that bell icon to get notified daily. And if you have any queries so far regarding anything, please let me know in the comment section below. I will reply to each and every one of you. And that's all for this video. We will meet in the next video. Bye bye.